SCP-7512 is safe, and that word should not calm you. It sits frozen, but it still wants to grow. At Site-18, it stays in Storage Locker 36. Containment is simple on paper and ugly in practice. Any protrusions that make SCP-7512 exceed 1 kilogram are cut off. Then they are incinerated. SCP-7512 is a slab of human tissue. Its expansion ignores nutrients. It stops only when cells break down. It began as the engorged liver of Frederick Mason. It was excised from his corpse after transfer from the Miami-Dade County Police Department. Infection spread fast through the latter months of 2020. It changed his physiology and his mental state. Mason was found dead on 12/1/21. They seemed vestigial. His skin had boils and holes throughout. The addendum is his journal. It starts in October. On October 1/2, he writes about yogurt and granola. He counts meals and rent. On October 1/3, they tell him to make more meals. He asks if the quota was raised. They say he was sloppy. On October 1/4, he makes 2 4-tubs. He calls it vegetable mush, mostly potato. He eats potatoes. On October 1/6, it takes 2 hours to get out of bed. The pain is too much. His doctor is booked for months. On October 20, he says his mind runs on 2 tracks. One is agony, the other is sudden energy. He paces and taps his fingers on random things. David calls and gets worried. Mason admits he has not worked in 2 days. He sleeps 3 hours after the call. His stomach feels ripped apart. On October 23, he is fired. He says something in his sickness got in. He feels nothing. A rash spreads on his face. It puffs and oozes. His hands feel weaker after touching the pustules. On October 24, his hands break out too. His fingers turn bright red with bulging yellow specks. On October 3/1, he says his hands stopped working. He keeps picking at larger cysts. He says he loves to play with his hands. His hands shake. Skin flakes off his hands and his legs. On November 6, he paces until his legs give out. He crawls to a bed which fails to contain him. He traces lumps and cavities with warped hands. On November 1/5, brushing his teeth, bursts pores on his hand. Yellow muck shoots from his fingertips. His lips swell and droop. It gets hard to open his mouth. On November 2/1, his mouth loses its lips. The other grows longer digits from new flesh. On November 2/9, he calls it a second throat. A misplaced bite causes agony of bursting. He says the pain affirms his life. On December 2, he says he will not write anymore. He wants to explore the flesh. The page points to SCP-7511 and SCP-7513. Even the SCP link